Look who's here. Oh, can I change this arrangement to something else? No, I don't like that.
Edible arrangements.
Yeah.
Yo, you pick and choose. I'm easy peasy.
Yeah.
Oh, you should go with the one where it's like side by side by side.
No, that's when you show stuff. Yeah, not when you don't show stuff. So
right. So instead of going with equality in the screen space, you're going to give 80% of the screen space to the white guy, and then
we made a joke that April Fools maybe would be the White Power Magic Hour, and just have like the most like they have like Brent Shapiro and Jordan Peterson.
I'm just saying, before anybody starts sending fucking emails off to fucking act.tv and Jesse Jackson, my hands aren't on the controls, all right? This one ain't me.
No. See. You see, even when your hands are not at the controls, you're still at the controls.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'm still over here. Trying to figure out if the Mulatto Power Magic Hour is a good thing.
I like this setup.
Oh yeah, but
that's the setup I was telling you. Like, no, only when we show things. Like, come on, man.
No, you're talking about the others. I think you're talking about the sideways. So hey, how you doing, James? You're back on the internet. You were gone for a while.
Yeah, he announced it on his video yesterday. I watched it. I don't comment because I don't comment on videos that I watch on TV, and I was just like, oh shit. So this is him confirming he's going to be on the show tonight. Nice.
Yeah, no. Listen, I didn't want to half-ass it. It's not like I make too many appearances these days, so I wanted to be legit.
Yeah. So I don't know if you were following this story recently about Applebee's. This email.
We could do the Oreo thing, right?
I did.
In the middle.
Come on, I'm following it. Come on.
Yeah, so this leaked email happened. Yeah. Applebee's franchise executive says that rising gas prices are great for business because the chain can offer workers lower wages.
Yeah. He said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, I've always believed that honesty is the best policy. So I love emails like this. I love them.
So I know everyone wants to take a whack at this email. So most of our employee base.
Somebody wants to take a whack at his life. I'm pretty sure somebody got some bread on his head, son.
So this isn't the fuck, ladies and gentlemen. This is the email. We're not like exaggerating what he said. This is what he said. The potential employee base live paycheck to paycheck. So he's acknowledging that people are broke who work for them, even though they have jobs, they're still broke. So he said that. So any increase in gas price cuts into disposable income. As inflation continues to climb and gas prices continue to go up, that means more hours employees will need to work to maintain the current level of living. We are no longer competing with the government. You heard that?
Yo, if you go down like 3 paragraphs on the bottom, you can literally hear the guy get like semi-flaccid when he starts typing like, the days of paying servers $16 to $18 an hour is over. The labor market is turned. We're back on top. Like the dude actually sounded like Skeletor in my head when I was reading the email. I was like, dude, that's fucked up.
Yeah, so he's sending it to all his fans at his job about how wages are low gas prices that actually artificially inflated because we have extra reserves. They're just trying to rip us off as much as possible, which is a whole different story. But
I like how $300 a week is like considered to be lucrative.
So we all competed to hire out the limited occupant pool, the limited pool. There was a wage war. We saw businesses hiring team members at $18, $20 an hour. They will no longer be able to afford to do this.
That's the Skeletor part, by the way. That was the part, yeah.
So Applebee's here is like your friendly neighborhood restaurant is acknowledging that they pay poverty wages, and they actually want to pay lower wages. So, so this didn't go.
This is what I really love. I'm gonna go there because I've been seeing so many articles. Now go back to the. All right, so I want to focus on this right quick, right? I've seen articles where. And I think I sent it to you before. You know what? I sent it to James. As soon as I saw it, I sent it to James on Discord. And it was basically a woman trying to, tell employers how they can retain employees at minimum wage. So I just want to focus on this last paragraph here. Besides hiring employees in at a lower wage to decrease our labor when able, make sure you have a pulse on the morale of your employees. You see, you need to know just how miserable they are when they're not able to pay their bills. Your employees that live check to check are impacted more than the people reading this email. Because if you're able to read this email, you're in a position to not give a fuck about your fellow man.
It sounds like you're half joking and half reading the email. I can't even tell if you're reading.
No, I'm reading the
email. Be conscious of that.
That's how crazy this email is. It's like, what?
Many will need to work more hours or get a second job because they're lazy and don't want to work. Do things to make sure you are the employer of choice by making sure that your scheduling is as inflexible as possible so that you can get them in as much trouble with their second employer so that when they get fired from the other one, they'll look to you to solve all their problems.
Okay, he went off script on that last part.
Okay.
Get schedules completed early. No, actually, I said it. Get schedules completed early so they can plan their other jobs around yours. That sounds very much to me like we can be as inflexible as we can so that our schedule won't be fucked with. Most importantly, have the culture and environment that will attract people. Because being broke is attractive.
You mean the closest thing to fucking indentured servitude? That's what you're talking about?
Well, closest thing is slavery 2.0.
Yo, so a little context here. I don't know if y'all caught this because I read like 7 different articles about this with follow-ups. So this was actually in a store in Lawrence, Kansas, which is where University of Kansas is, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. So you're talking about a college town where normally employers are used to having a very large, potential employee pool of people who A, have, limited work experience, B, will work shitty shifts, and C, will work for almost no money. So even more so than in normal fast casual and fast food and retail environments, this particular franchisee, and this franchisee owns like 16 stores all throughout the greater Lawrence, Kansas area. So even more so than most employers in this field, this guy's been used to having, just people beating down his door, getting like, 200 applications every semester from broke ass college students. You only need to hire like a dozen of them. So for this dude, like the worm turned especially hard. And you could hear like the bitterness in the email where he's like, I can't believe I've had to pay people a living wage for 2 years. Oh, the humanity. Like the guy's like totally freaked out. Because he's like, you could see it. He's like, ooh, we can go back to paying $2 an hour. Like,
so he got fired, and then a whole bunch of managers quit because of it. So that's the end of that story. But I dug deeper into this. And why
did you get fired for, just talking about company policy?
So I found this kind of article that I don't know if people saw this article. This thing's saying the quiet thing loud as well. This article said a new study finds business school many teachers and managers to keep wages low. So this is a systematic thing. They're teaching people to treat other people like garbage. So,
also, for the record, as somebody, I worked
them like gas station batteries.
Yeah, I worked for corporate for Subway and Moe's for like more than a decade. Yo, just for the record, they don't just teach you that shit in business school. Like if you're like a $12 an hour assistant manager at a fast food place, they teach you that shit. And that's when they determine whether or not you get moved up to store manager or not. So just in case y'all were wondering, if you want to save like $100,000 in fucking, college tuition, you could just go get it like an hourly ASM job at Subway. They'll teach you the same shit.
Well, I got to ask you, because you've already kind of outed yourself as having been associated with the Subway, with the Subway brand. I got to know about this fake food that's not real food.
Oh yeah, it's horrible. Yeah. We used to get we used to get like the truck deliveries. This was my favorite one out of all the effed up food you'd get. So you'd get these cases of ham, And like, because all the cases come from like Subway manufacturers, like you can buy the food from Subway's vendors. So on the box, it literally says ham and water product, and then there's an asterisk underneath it. And the asterisk underneath it says may contain up to 32% water.
like paper mache.
I'm just saying, it's like a ham flavored sponge.
Because we keep bringing it up in Ireland, the Supreme Court already ruled that their bread is not real, their meat is not real, their tuna is not real, their bread and tuna is not real.
In Ireland, they determined that they had to categorize the bread as cake because it has like 30 grams of sugar.
An absurd amount of sugar in it.
So it's a confectionery by their like national nutrition standards. It's not bread, it's cake. And it's why Subway went and they had to retool their bread for like the 5th time. Because if you keep in mind, a few years before that, Subway got fucking all jammed up because supposedly some ingredient that's in like a puffy yoga mats was also in their bread.
Yeah.
That was before the cake shit.
Yeah, that's the OG story. Yeah.
So they've redone that bread like 6 times. It ain't helping.
Oh my God.
This article right here is interesting because it's from the National Bureau of Economic Research, a study released on March 28th. And they have a finance professor that says that if you talk to business schools about our findings, a lot of them don't find it surprising because a part of what they teach is to maximize profits. So that's what you talk about human beings, is to maximize profits. Human beings with lives and families. This is about maximizing profits.
Well, because in business, they're not human beings. They're just a line item in a spreadsheet in a column that says labor. They're a statistic.
Yep. You know how you could sell a lot of Game Boys in the late 1980s and early 1990s? Sell a lot of batteries. And because then you can use up the batteries and throw them away, and then they can buy more batteries. And in this case, the human beings are the batteries.
Oh, it's worse, and it's worse now too than it used to be. Like you see, like a lot of like Bezos loves to give speaking engagements now because he loves to hear the sound of his own voice. Yeah. And he keeps saying the quiet part out loud at all these business schools. And he actually said like, oh, well, normally I don't like for an employee to stay anywhere in our company for more than 3 years because after 3 years, people get complacent. So he's literally letting you know that Amazon employs like 2.5 million people and their labor philosophy is churn and burn. It's not like find people who are good and keep them and pay them more so they train people. Their entire corporate philosophy, and this is the largest company in the United States of America, is literally churn and burn.
Yeah. Like, Waffle says after 3 years, they know too much.
Yeah. They're like, they know all the ways to slack off. Yeah, we just got to get rid of them and, get new noobs who are too scared to try to screw us.
And you have a situation right now. I think the union vote's going to continue tomorrow, but I think Staten Island, they're voting close to having a union. And in Alabama, I think they're voting against the union for the second time. But we might see updates tomorrow about that. They're voting against their own interests at the moment.
Yeah, they have a lot of pride in being poor and exploited. Like they wear that as a badge of pride down there.
But the vote is going to continue tomorrow. We're going to see what goes.
What are you hearing on the Staten Island thing? Because I heard it's pretty close.
I could put that up. I think it's right now they're for the union at the moment. You can pull up the Amazon.
They're like 60-40 was the last I saw, like the approximation. But again, you never know. Like Amazon like flies like, corporate union busters into town in much the same way that they did to Bessemer, Alabama the first time and again last week.
They were changing traffic light signals down there.
That shit was horrible.
What do the Gambinos have to say about the union vote in Staten Island?
Oh, what? You got your union education from the Irishman or something like that? No. Problem with this country.
Dr. Evil Genius, we're not all related, right? Just say it.
Yeah, so right now we have. I mean, this is the last thing we heard. The coin vote is this is Staten Island 1518 yes, 1154 no.
Yeah, so does this have to be a straight 50%, or does it have to be 60?
That's the question, right?
I think it only has to be straight 50.
Straight 50, damn. Okay, so
I believe, but then Amazon can then challenge any number of the votes through the NLRB.
So here's the question: is that 1,140 people that are so lazy that they don't want to have to walk to go to the bathroom? They're cool with just pissing in a bottle, like right there on
or screaming in a booth, a soundproof booth, like.
Oh yeah, like that recreated Egyptian mummy.
Yeah, we showed. Yeah. Oh shit. Ah! So we see what happens. This is the update. But I want to share those 2 articles about the whole situation with low wages, the crazy situation right now.
I thought the Applebee's thing that's already a contender for story of the year, because like not only was it like some rich bougie asshole said the quiet part out loud, got caught, then got clapped, but literally like the one store manager who got that email was like, oh wow, this is fucked up. Hold on, let me go to the photocopier. Yeah, and he went over to the copy and he made like 400 photocopies of it, put it on every single placemat, taped it to every single door, every single window, and then emailed it out to all the other employees, and then locked the store and left.
So it cost multiple
that must have been so bad that this guy is like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
They supposedly had like in the one store they had like 15 people quit in like a weekend, which is like half the staff at an Applebee's.
He's gonna get hired by the Biden administration next, probably. Who knows?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are we not supposed to say that?
I mean, we can say that. I think after 9 we can say it on
okay.
On here.
Okay.
Like Raw, like
monitors.
Raw turns to Raw after 8 o'clock. You're in the old WWF shit. So
all the Act TV monitors are asleep. Nobody's paying attention to us now.
Oh man! When the cat's away, the mice will play.
Yeah. So I think this is good because usually we like to wrap these segments up for YouTube. So it'll be a digestible size. So we're gonna keep on talking about shit. So this is Black Power Magic Hour on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, on Facebook until they chase us off the earth with robots. And then Dr. He's talking shit live on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and James on the internet. He's on Twitch. Facebook has banned him forever into the other world, but he's also but he's definitely on Twitch. And that's Dash and Bash.
And on YouTube. You see how he's over here on the left? Left of left on YouTube. Check him out on act.tv on YouTube.